What's up, everyone? I want to make a quick video for you sharing 7 ways the surplus funds business can benefit you and your life today. So, this is just going to talk about the benefits and the pros, but make sure you check back tomorrow to hear the downfalls and the downsides and the cons, the pitfalls of the business, because there's pros and cons to everything. But today we're going to talk about the benefits, okay? So benefit number 1 is it allows you to create an extra income while working part-time. I got started doing surplus funds. I first heard about it in 2014. I started actually doing it in 2015 while I was still working as a corrections officer at the Utah State Prison. So I didn't start out in the business full-time. I started out while working a normal 9 to 5, was able to successfully complete a few deals, and then was able to transition from a 9 to 5 individual to a business owner and make this my full-time gig later on in 2017. But you can start part-time and you can stay part-time. Gives you ultimate flexibility. Number 2 is you can work this business anywhere you have the internet. You know, the steps that you need to complete for this business, creating leads, conducting research, reaching out to people, sending forms and contracts, all of that can be done online nowadays. And so truly, if you have access to the internet, you can work this business from wherever you want to work it, from your home, on the beach, wherever, okay? Number 3 is this is a simpler way to get started in real estate. If you have a desire or an interest to get started in real estate, I think surplus funds is a great way to do it because it teaches you, number 1, to be able to research properties, know what's a good property, know what the debt is on a property, how to find people, so how to find owners. And, obviously you don't have to buy real estate in order to profit from surplus funds. You're just recovering money from foreclosure sales and getting it back to the owner. So the upfront capital that you may need in order to be, maybe become a landlord or do a fix and flip deal, that's not required with surplus funds. So it's a little bit easier way to get started in the world of real estate and maybe actually bankroll and build up a little bit of funds so that you then can deploy those funds into other real estate projects in the future. Okay. Buy a rental, buy a fix and flip, whatever. If you're already in real estate, this just gives you an extra profit center. I've had guys that have come to me and they've been buying at the auctions forever and never actually knew about surplus funds until they came across my program. And they're like, I've left hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table because I just didn't know about this. So if you're already in real estate, if you track tax sales, foreclosures, it just makes sense to add surplus funds into your existing real estate business and have an extra profit center there. So number 5, already mentioned this, you can get started with minimal capital. You do need some capital, at least a $100 to $200 minimum a month to be able to dedicate to things like a business email, business phone number, maybe a skip tracing software. If you choose to send letters, postcards, that's going to cost you some money. So you do need some money to get started, but it's not like you need 10, 20, 30 grand to start a surplus funds business. You don't need that, okay? If you've got a few $100 you can allocate every single month, you can start this business, okay? So that is a nice thing about it. At the end of the day, it is a fun business. It's fun to be able to kind of play Sherlock Holmes and Robin Hood. And what I mean is you're Sherlock Holmes in the fact that you got to find these folks who are owed their surplus funds. And that can be challenging. And then you play Robin Hood in the fact that you're taking money that's being held by the government or the courts and you're giving it back to everyday citizens. So it's kind of cool that you get paid to do that. And it's also fun to be able to play those roles and help those folks in need. And then finally, of course, you get paid to help people, right? Some people already know about their surplus, but they're not sure of how to claim it, or they don't want to revisit something that was probably a source of pain and trauma for them. Okay, so they're happy to hire someone to do it for them. Some of them don't even know they have funds available for them. And so when you bring them that good news, You can get paid to do that. Some people are going to claim the money themselves, and that's okay. That is the nature of business. Okay. Every single day, there are new leads, new foreclosures, new tax sales happening. So there's new people to help every single day. So those are 7 ways that the surplus funds business can benefit you. Again, check back tomorrow and I'll share with you some of the downsides of this business as well. I appreciate you watching. As always, check out the free resources in the description of this video, as well as on my YouTube channel to help you in your journey in succeeding with surplus funds.